Okay, we're wrapping this up here. Part 10, case number RP221-20163. This is a preview of a Dateline NBC program. It says, in one appeal, the user challenges the pre-filing on the grounds that the designation was based on false declarations. The court relied upon duplicated and inflated case counts. The user, this is Trustee Yehuda Ferris of Chabad of the East Bay, he liquidated the cancer patient's trust. He didn't give the siblings anything, and they're fighting back. And the main fighter was framed up as a vexatious litigant based on these false filings that this report is about. So moving right along, court relied on duplicated and inflated case counts. The user's filings were made in good faith and in response to the trustee's misconduct, and the court misapplied the statutory criteria under CCP 391.8. The user argues that his filings were legitimate attempts to obtain trust documents that were never served on him, challenging allegedly fraudulent and property transfer, and enforce clear beneficiary rights under the trust. He also argued that voluntarily dismissing the case without prejudice to find counsel is not evidence of frivolous litigation and should not have been used against him. The alleged misconduct by Trustee Chabad, Yehuda Ferris, and Attorney Rogers. Throughout the events described above, the user reports multiple repeated instances of serious misconduct by Chabad, Trustee Yehuda Ferris, and Attorney William John Rogers. These allegations include violations of trust terms, breach of fiduciary duty, fraudulent transfer of real property, perjury, retaliation, interference with right to counsel, harassment and attempted prior restraint, and misrepresentation to the court. Alleged misconduct by Trustee Ferris and Rogers. Trustee failed to pay the mandatory $30,000 distributions, record the interest-bearing liens, preserved the 24.9% combined share, and instead transferred the entire half of interest of the property to two beneficiaries who under the trust were limited to no more than 50% of their half. The recorded deed was signed by Ferris under the penalty of perjury, stating no considerations were exchanged. However, a 12-page settlement agreement filed in probate court shows the two beneficiaries were required to pay $82,000 to receive the deed. The deed was to be delivered within 10 days. Attorney Horn filed the deed with the recorder's office. The last 5 seconds of contradiction suggests potential violation of Penal Code 1155.